Welcome to Daily Buzz News. Brown Mogotsi's Lies. 10 shocking lies that left everyone speechless. Our lead story for today. Here are 10 times Brown Mogotsi was caught lying under oath at the Madlanga Commission. In the world of South African politics and law enforcement, few stories have captured attention like the recent testimony of Northwest businessman Brown Mogotsi at the Madlanga Commission. This inquiry, led by retired Justice Mogotsi Madlanga, digs deep into claims of criminal networks, political meddling, and corruption within the country's criminal justice system. Last week, on November 18th, Mogotsi stepped forward to defend himself against serious accusations. But what unfolded was a series of moments where his statements crumbled under close examination. Here we explore 10 specific times he was caught lying under oath, revealing a tale of bold claims, quick backtracks, and a web of unproven stories that left commissioners and observers questioning everything he said. This account draws from the Commission's proceedings, official records, and related investigations, painting a picture of a man whose words often strayed far from the facts. Brown Mogotsi, known for his ties to the African National Congress and his role as a lobbyist during President Cyril Ramaphosa's 2017 leadership campaign, presented himself as a key figure in intelligence circles. He claimed to have been recruited as a crime intelligence informant back in 1999, later rising to the position of a contact agent. This background was meant to lend weight to his explosive allegations about high-level corruption and foreign interference. The Madlanga Commission, which includes commissioners like Advocate Sandile Khumalo and Advocate Sibaloli, is specifically looking into reports from KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Mlamlam Kwanatsi about political pressures on crime-fighting efforts and criminal groups infiltrating police ranks. Mogotsi faced accusations of serving as a middleman between suspended police minister Sensom Chunu and alleged crime figure Vusi Kekamathibela, including claims that he helped arrange AR-500,000 donation from Mathibela to support Mchunu's ANC presidency bid in exchange for shielding Mathibela from probes and securing him a profitable tender with the South African Police Service. As the testimony began, Mogotsi arrived with an air of certainty, ready to share what he described as groundbreaking revelations. However, evidence leader advocate Matthew Chaskelson quickly challenged his narrative with documents, messages, and records that exposed inconsistencies. The commissioners, including Justice Mogotsi Madlanga, Advocate Sandile Khumalo, and Advocate Sibaloli, methodically broke down each assertion. What emerged was not a heroic exposé, but a pattern of fabrications, often dismissed by Mogotsi himself as mere hearsay, which he referred to in his own language as Maba. This term became a recurring theme, symbolizing the shaky foundation of his entire account. The first instance where Mogotsi was caught lying under oath centered on his supposed job in the police minister's office. In his sworn affidavit, he declared himself a government employee working directly under the police department, a detail intended to bolster his authority when making accusations. Yet, when official employment records were shown to him, they revealed no trace of any such position. Justice Mogotsi Madlanga pressed him on the meaning of an oath, leading Mogotsi to admit that he had indeed fabricated this claim as part of what he called a necessary mission.
Now, even when he spoke about he gave us this thing to go and read, that me and the legal team should go through it. Now, he comes and talk about the Richards Bay terminal. And I was not prepared, of which I also have a story to tell, that the coal that comes from there goes straight to Israel. There was people protesting in Richards Bay.
Mr. Mogotsi, can you please try to confine yourself to the question of the oath and giving an explanation? Now you appear to be attacking the role of the evidence leader. I'm not quite sure how that relates to how you value or do not value an oath, and why, as you admit, you told a lie in your affidavit, which is annexed here as Exhibit CJC 44. Can you please, I'm giving you all the leeway to explain yourself with regard to the lie that you admittedly told. But please don't veer off to a whole lot of other issues.
Thank you, Commissioner. Then it means, Commissioners, we need to start at this particular point. Does the Commission believe and acknowledge that I'm an agent? If Commission
we cannot answer that. We are still to evaluate the evidence at some point. So we cannot say, yes, we believe you, Mr. Mogotsi. We cannot do that, not now.
Okay. The answer, Commissioner, to the question, because the Commission has not yet arrived at the conclusion if I'm an agent. Commissioners, yes, I lied in executing my duties. My conscience, when signing this affidavit, I took an oath in front of that particular police officer, that commissioner of oath, knowing that it's a lie, in executing my duties. That's correct, Commissioner.
This lack of substantiation turned what could have been a major revelation into another exposed falsehood. In the third revealing moment, Mogotsi made one of his most extraordinary assertions, that KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Mlamlam Kwanatsi and Zulu King Misuzulu Kazwalathini had been recruited by the United States Central Intelligence Agency. He offered this as part of a larger narrative of foreign meddling in South African affairs. But when asked for any supporting details, he confessed to having none, basing it entirely on information passed to him without verification. Justice Muiz Madlanga directly challenged the reliability of such hearsay, prompting Mogotsi to acknowledge it as unsubstantiated talk. This claim, lacking any foundation, stood out as a prime example of how Mogotsi's testimony veered into the realm of speculation rather than fact. The fourth lie exposed involved a supposed imminent shutdown of the Richards Bay coal terminal, which Mogotsi linked to alleged involvement by the Israeli government in the coal export operations. He warned of a major disruption tied to international plots. Advocate Matthew Chaskelson countered with ownership documents proving no Israeli stake in the terminal, and further records showed the facility had actually increased its capacity since last year. The evidence suggested that a quick check would have debunked this idea, yet Mogotsi had presented it as credible intelligence.
That can be presented here. I give intelligence information which must be converted into evidence which the Commission wants. And how will that be converted, information be converted? It's when I bring people again who will corroborate what I'm saying to become the evidence that the Commission wants. And I'm bringing raw information, but I'm not saying I cannot support or I cannot get anyone to come and corroborate.
This fabrication highlighted gaps in his purported investigative skills, as basic facts contradicted his dramatic prediction. Fifth on the list was a mysterious WhatsApp message Mogotsi sent to suspended police minister Sensom Chinu, stating there had been a breakthrough in some operation. He used this to support his image as an active intelligence operative. However, when the commissioners demanded details about what the breakthrough entailed, Mogotsi claimed he could not recall and had no knowledge of it. This vague response eroded the credibility of his broader claims about involvement in secret missions, leaving the message as an unexplained loose end that further illustrated his pattern of incomplete stories.
Credible intelligence.
Because now, even when he spoke about he gave us this thing to go and read, that me and the legal team should go through it. Now, he comes and talk about the Richards Bay terminal. And I was not prepared, of which I also have a story to tell, that the coal that comes from there goes straight to Israel. There was people protesting.
This fabrication highlighted gaps in his purported investigative skills, as basic facts contradicted his dramatic prediction. Fifth on the list was a mysterious WhatsApp message Mogotsi sent to suspended police minister Sensom Chinu, stating there had been a breakthrough in some operation. He used this to support his image as an active intelligence operative. However, when the commissioners demanded details about what the breakthrough entailed, Mogotsi claimed he could not recall and had no knowledge of it. This vague response eroded the credibility of his broader claims about involvement in secret missions, leaving the message as an unexplained loose end that further illustrated his pattern of incomplete stories.
When you stopped using Telegram, what platform did you use for your clandestine messaging?
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
That's correct.
But you communicated with the minister on Signal. Was that his choice?
It's not his choice. I also downloaded the Signal because he was using Signal.
Sorry, I didn't hear your first half of that answer. You also?
Downloaded Signal. But
you downloaded Signal?
Yes. He's using Signal. He was using Signal also.
Yes. Did you download it for the purpose of communicating with the minister?
Not only that, then other few people also.
This fabrication highlighted gaps in his purported investigative skills, as basic facts contradicted his dramatic prediction. Fifth on the list was a mysterious WhatsApp message Mogotsi sent to suspended police minister Sensom Chinu, stating there had been a breakthrough in some operation. He used this to support his image as an active intelligence operative. However, when the commissioners demanded details about what the breakthrough entailed, Mogotsi claimed he could not recall and had no knowledge of it. This vague response eroded the credibility of his broader claims about involvement in secret missions, leaving the message as an unexplained loose end that further illustrated his pattern of incomplete stories.
It is because even the evidence leader, I was checking how it's like he's a prosecutor. He's not playing the role of evidence leader. Because I said, I am an agent. In circumstances when in executing my duties, I have to lie. Now he come to the people, to the public and say, I'm a professional liar, knowing that I told him, if I execute my duties, I do give a certain impression to reach or to get to the bottom of what the mission wants.
Justice Muiz Madlanga questioned whether the oath taken at the commission held any value for him, to which Mogotsi offered no clear response. Advocate Siba Lali emphasized that legitimate intelligence work demands proper vetting, security clearances, and documented trails, none of which Mogotsi could provide. This justification only deepened doubts about his entire background, revealing it as another layer of unproven assertions. Contradictions in Mogotsi's personal history marked the seventh time he was caught. He faced questions about his education and entry into intelligence after 1994, claiming he lacked a matric certificate but possessed real-world experience instead. He asserted that his work began in Isuzu self-defense units in the early 1990s. Advocate Sandile Cumulo pointed out that this would have made him only 13 years old at the time, based on his recorded birth year. Mogotsi attempted to explain it away by blaming an error in his Department of Home Affairs records, even saying his own mother knew the true date. This discrepancy added to the growing list of inconsistencies, making his foundational story seem unreliable.
Statement at paragraph 15. You say you were an Umkhonto weSizwe operative in 1993.
In the SDU?
Yes.
SDU was the organization in South Africa within. I never went outside as Umkhonto weSizwe.
Wait for my question. Were you ever an Umkhonto weSizwe operative?
Yes, in the SDU, that's correct. Umkhonto weSizwe had SDU, Self-Defense Unit.
Yes. Do you know that Umkhonto weSizwe was disbanded in 1993?
Yes, I'm aware.
Yes. So, as a 13-year-old, you would have been an Umkhonto weSizwe operative in the SDU in 1993, as a 13-year-old?
No, I was not 13 years old. I know you, Commissioner, you are bringing it on the basis of my birthday era. I was not actually born in 1979. I was born in 1977.
So that's another lie in your affidavit.
No.
When you said you were born in August 1979. That's another lie.
No, Commissioner, it's not a lie. Commissioner, my ID number, my date of birth in the Home Affairs, even my mother knows. I was born in 1977. It is just an error of 1979 from the Home Affairs. And from the Home Affairs Commissioner, we have tried in so many ways to rectify that. But the moment, you cannot say, I was born in 1979, and then when someone wants your ID number, then you put 1977.
Mr. Mogotsi, it's your affidavit which you signed, and you say in that affidavit, I was born in August 1979.
That's correct, Commissioner. It is
so
me
that is incorrect. You were not born in August 1979.
And I was born, it's not that it's incorrect. I'm saying due to the ID number, my ID number is incorrect from the Home Affairs.
Yes.
From the Home Affairs. And I grew up like that. And actually, I was born in September 1977, 22 September, not August. But the error that came from the Home Affairs, there was no way I could reverse and change it.
Okay, let's move on from that.
In the eighth moment, Mogotsi produced a photocopy of his old green ID book from 1979 to prove his ties to crime intelligence, claiming he used it to register under then-General Jacob Zuma, who later became the president of South Africa. While the commission verified the ID as his, no records connected it to any intelligence role. Advocate Sibalali summed up the issue by noting that Mogotsi brought allegations without proof, and Mogotsi responded by insisting his job was to supply raw information for others to turn into evidence. Yet no corroborating witnesses or documents emerged, leaving this as another hollow claim that failed to hold up.
I can bring papers and give to you, and logically, unless you say, Commissioner, unless Commission has this belief that I just came here to come and impress people. I said, I did section 252A, it is with Ludi Snell. The Commission found it there. I recorded someone and this happened. Commission found it there. I said there is Boko Haram's thing within the crime intelligence. I didn't tell you where to go. I can tell you now that you must go to the analysis department.
The ninth lie surfaced in discussions about Mogotsi's apparent foreknowledge of docket movements. He demonstrated awareness that certain case files from KwaZulu-Natal would end up in the office of suspended Deputy National Commissioner Shadrach Sibiya, a transfer that even senior police officials found surprising. Mogotsi attributed this to common sense, though he hinted at possible tips from insiders. When pressed, he evaded direct answers. Advocate Sibalali suggested he simply admit to receiving information, but Mogotsi did not, turning what could have been a straightforward explanation into yet another evasive fabrication. Finally, the 10th instance encapsulated the overall collapse of Mogotsi's narrative. By the session's end, his tales of CIA recruitments, massive bribes, coal terminal threats, and a storied intelligence career had all unraveled through retractions and admissions of hearsay. He lacked formal training in policing, intelligence, or forensics, admitting his background was limited to basic counterintelligence from his time as an ANC operative, which involved simple tasks like observing vehicles and people. Advocate Sandile Cumulo questioned whether such activities truly qualified as advanced work.
Formal policing training?
No.
Do you have any form of intelligence gathering training, any formal training?
Clandestine training, yes. Formal, you mean with qualifications?
Yes.
No.
You don't have qualifications?
No. The training was different.
Do you have any form of qualification that involves forensic investigations?
No.
But now you want this commission to believe that in 2020, you were hired to investigate irregularities within crime intelligence.
Commissioner, that is a fact. An irregular, the task was given to me, and for the commission, more clarity. It was not the first time. I just could not put. It's not in the statement. It was not the first time I was tasked to do any mission or job for the crime intelligence.
What qualifies you to conduct that
My
investigation?
basic training. I have basic training.
Which is what, Mr. Mogotsi? What is your basic training?
On counterintelligence, crime intelligence, and counterintelligence.
Where did you learn that?
We were more than a team of 10. Commissioners, when you get that training, even the pre-1994 arrangement, as you said, the ANC was disbanded in 1993, you will have a class. You will have a class. You will be sent to do certain things. You will have a class. You will be sent from one place to another place. You will be tasked, look at this car, look at these people from KZN, or look at whatever that was required. And after that, you will be tasked.
So that is counterintelligence training, to look at cars?
No, Commissioner. I took this opportunity last time, together with my lawyers, because now the questions we are posing, as far as I've said I'm an agent, I cannot deliberate more than that. I cannot go deeper and deeper into that on my side. We took Senior Counsel Churchillson to meet with my handler at the hospital. He explained to him when I was registered and what happened after deregistration. And it's not only him. I also did job with a mission between 2006 and 2008, proper one, with the former Divisional Commissioner General Bob Mhlanga. As I was saying earlier here, to corroborate information into evidence. If one is allowed, I can bring those people.
Let me interrupt you, Mr. Mogotsi. I said short answers. I don't want you to go to 2008. I want to give Mr. Cheskalson his time back. Lastly, you said to Chair, you want this commission to believe that you are a contact agent. That's what you said in your response to the Chair. Do you accept that as we are sitting here today, you have not provided this commission with any supporting documents that confirm, wait for the question, you have not supported this commission with any supporting documents that confirm your version that you are conducting investigations as a contact agent? We have nothing in front of us. You say you were in Kenya. We don't have your flight tickets. We don't have the communication between you and the person in Kenya. You say you called him on your cell phone. You say you followed Ket Matala to Durban. We don't have your flight tickets. You did not take photos of this place you followed him to. So there's absolutely nothing before us that supports the version that you conducted any of these investigations that you are mentioning. Are you at least prepared to accept that before us as we are sitting here today, other than your statement and your say-so, there are no documents that support the version that you are a contact agent and you conducted these investigations? Yes or no?
The question is very unfair, Commissioner. To say I have nothing, as I just said to you, Commissioners, contact agent, you will never find any identity of a contact agent. You will never. In this whole room, I am a state agent. I'm a contact agent. You will never find a document written contact agent. And as I say, I took
Mr. Mogotsi,
Senior Counsel to the hospital.
Not a document that says contact agent. A document that shows that you conducted these investigations that you claim you were busy with.
No, Commissioners, Senior Counsel will have to answer on that. He met with my co-handler, and I believe they'll provide my file, because when you work, you report. You give your handler, and you report, you give him information, and all that information stays with your handler.
Mogotsi also faced criticism for accusing the Commission of oppression and for misusing a constitutional court ruling to target Dumisani Cumulo, head of the Political Killings Task Team, despite the judgment relating to unrelated events in Cape Town. He confessed to not reading the document himself, relying on second-hand information. Additionally, separate police probes are underway into an alleged attack on Mogotsi in Vosloris, where his vehicle was hit by gunfire, but he emerged unscathed, adding another layer of intrigue to his already complicated story. Throughout the testimony, Mogotsi protested that, as a contact agent, his role was to gather unrefined intelligence, not polished evidence, and he called for others to corroborate his words. But no such support appeared, and commissioners expressed deep concerns about his casual approach to oaths, especially after he admitted to deliberate falsehoods for strategic purposes. The Madlanga Commission continues its work, now in Phase 2, where individuals like Mogotsi respond to earlier allegations. But his appearance has raised more questions than answers about the intersections of business, politics, and law enforcement in South Africa. Thanks for watching.